Diabetes is the next thing I wish to discuss. Diabetes is pretty near and dear to me. In fact, it was one of the reasons why I got into alternative medicine and clinical nutrition in the first place, because it happens to run very rampantly through my entire family. And I decided, after looking at these relatives and watching what diabetes can do, I decided that I probably didn't want to have this same problem. So I began to do some research, and I discovered quite the hard way that diabetes, especially the way it is treated today, and I'm talking about type 2 diabetes now, the way medicine approaches this problem is almost universally incorrect. And this is why diabetics tend to get worse and worse over the years the longer they have the problem, because it's just not being approached properly. The good news is that diabetes is often preventable, it is often reversible, and it is completely controllable. Our program involves diet, a very special diet that we developed for type 2 diabetics only. It also involves a key targeted nutrition supplement called GlucoCrave Extreme. You can find out more information about both the diet and the supplement program at the contact information at the end of this video. I just want to tell you that I have done more research with diabetes, hypoglycemia, polycystic ovarian syndrome, and all the other related conditions to the insulin and glucose problem. And I assure you that these conditions can be safely and very effectively managed, and you can live a very healthy and normal life. Cholesterol, cholesterol, cholesterol. That nasty word. Everybody is either dealing with elevated cholesterol or they're afraid that they're going to have elevated cholesterol and it's going to plug up their arteries and kill them. There are several myths about cholesterol. And if you're really interested in this subject, I suggest you go on the internet and go to a channel called YouTube, youtube.com. And youtube.com is a video site. And when you get there, just type my name, Dr. Whiting, in the search bar, and dozens of videos on various subjects will appear. One of them is on cholesterol, and that video can help you understand why cholesterol does not cause heart disease, but why it should be controlled. Our program naturally controls cholesterol. You see, statin drugs are some of the most dangerous drugs ever developed by medicine. In fact, they are one of the very few groups of drugs that the FDA requires routine blood tests when you take them. Why? Because they're so potentially dangerous, they can lead to irreversible, permanent liver failure. Fortunately, there is a natural alternative that in most cases works just fine without the need for these dangerous drugs. We have put all of that information and all of those nutrients into one convenient formula called Cholestes. And Cholestes is designed to help regulate liver function. Because you may never have heard this before, but elevated cholesterol is a liver problem. It is not, in and of itself, a diet problem. That's why people go on low-fat diets, and ultimately it doesn't help control their cholesterol. Because it's not a fat problem. It's not a diet problem. It's a liver problem. Your liver makes 80% of the cholesterol in your body, and when it goes awry and doesn't do the job right, cholesterol levels can rise dangerously high. I assure you our program for normalizing cholesterol is safe and effective for almost everyone who has ever used it. Right now on the phone we have a client of ours who had dangerously high cholesterol levels. She today is well on her way to being completely normal without the use of dangerous statin medications. Let's listen to her.
About a year and a half ago, I had gone in for my regular physical and did blood work, and I found out that my cholesterol was 251, and so my doctor gave me a diet. It was recommended that I try the toxic cleanse and go on the 3-day fast, which I did, and at the same time started using Cholestes. And 6 months later, when I had my next physical and blood work, found out that my cholesterol level had gone down 23 points, which was very encouraging, and I believe the cholesterol had a lot to do with that. I just had my blood work checked again after another year. It's gone down an additional 27 points, so I'm now at 201, my level, which is good. The doctor still wants me to continue going down, so I'm continuing to take the cholesterol and lost 11 pounds, which also helped. So I did want to let you know that cholesterol is working. I'm a firm believer in it, and I've been taking it for quite a while now.
You too can control your cholesterol safely and naturally. Now, let's talk about something called osteoporosis. We used to believe that this was a condition that only women had to worry about. Well, we know today that that's not true. Osteoporosis, or the deterioration of the density of the bones, occurs for a variety of reasons. The biggest reason why most of us suffer from osteoporosis is, number one, a lack of calcium in the diet. Two, the inability to absorb the calcium once we take it in. And three, the use and gross abuse of anti-acid medications. Now, these antacids can come in a variety of sources, over the counter and by prescription. And by using these antacids, we destroy the hydrochloric acid in the stomach. In doing so, it prevents the absorption of calcium in the body. Also, if you do not have an acidic enough digestive system, the calcium that you take in foods as well as in supplements may not be as effectively absorbed. So it's important to take a supplement that is highly absorbable. Calcium is the most difficult mineral for the human body to absorb. So, it's important to take a calcium supplement that not only provides magnesium, boron, vitamin D, but the key trace minerals, manganese, copper, zinc, and strontium. Those three trace minerals can increase bone density by as much as 400% alone. So if your calcium supplement does not contain all of these trace minerals, please contact our research center, and we will refer you to companies that provide calcium supplements that meet our research qualifications.